let me formally introduce myself. My name is Sammy Berger. I am on the user and product insights team here at Wix. And my job is to listen to you, listen to what our Wix customers want and need. And I'm fortunate enough to work with a wonderful product team like Ram and Idan on this call today and help make what you want a reality. So very exciting. I'm calling in from Denver and really thrilled to walk you through everything today. And Ram, I will pass the mic to you for an intro.
Thank you, Sammy. I'm so excited to be presenting the latest to you all. There are so many people in the chat, and it's very exciting to be here. I'm live from Tel Aviv. My name is Rom Lampel, and as Sammy mentioned, I'm a product manager for the bookings team here at Wix. I've been with the company for 2 years, and I can say that the features that we are going to see today are truly game changers for the product. Idan, you're up.
Thank you, Rom, and hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be here with you. My name is Idan Haddad. I'm a product manager for Wix Bookings. My main goal is to focus on 2 key aspects of the user journey. One is to improving the onboarding and setup experience, as well as assisting with the growth of your business. I've been working at Wix for almost 3 years, and today in this webinar, I'm going to show you 2 great features that my colleagues and I have developed in the past few months. So I will see you soon. Over to you, Sammy.
Thanks, guys. Excited to have you on the call today. All right, so let's dive in a little bit further. What is on the agenda today? Well, we're going to take you through 3 main sections. Now, the first section, of course, what we love and hold dear to our hearts, how do we make our customers and clients happy? And we're going to make happier clients through an enhanced checkout. And that's going to include cart, charging tools, gift cards, some of those really key words that we love and want to be able to offer our clients. We're going to touch on that. Then we're going to take a little bit of a step back. And in the second section, we're going to dive a little deeper into one feature and do a feature highlight, which Idan will take us through. And specifically, this one is about pricing options. And third, the last section today, we're going to go into better scheduling. What I mean by better scheduling is better scheduling for your business, better scheduling for your staff and your staff availability. And also then Ram and Idan will finish it off and show a couple cool new tricks on how to get your customers on your schedule a little bit easier. And like I mentioned before, not only is this session recorded and you'll be able to go back and watch all these live demos, you're also going to have about 10 to 15 minutes at the end of today's session to really tackle in some Q&A. So keep that Q&A. I see it climbing already in the Q&A section. Keep the questions coming. So we appreciate it. All right, no more delaying. Let's dive into the first section. And while I know that we are very excited to share this today, I can personally guarantee you that no one is more excited to share these features with you than Ram. Ram, I'll let you take it away. What are we talking about in this first section?
So in the first session, we're going to talk about how to make our our clients and clients of the clients more happier. So we're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about mixed cart. For the first time, we'll be able to book multiple services and products at the same time. We'll see how to add tax on services, how to charge clients with 2 new amazing tools to streamline the flow of collecting payments. We'll see how to manage orders and issue refunds. And lastly, who doesn't like gift cards? We're going to see how to sell and use gift cards with bookings.
Honestly, that whole list sounds quite amazing. And I have to ask, from the first item, cart, is cart what I think it is?
It sure is. If you ever purchase something online, you know how essential it is to have a cart experience. And as a business owner, you know that having a cart can boost your sales and increase the average order value on your website. That's why we created Mixed Cart. With Mixed Cart, clients can book multiple services or multiple sessions of the same service, or services and products combined. Sammy, do you want to see how to add it to your site?
Yeah, how do I add it?
Let's see. So on the Business Manager, we can go to Settings. In Settings, we have Booking Settings, and here we can find the new option, Cart Checkout. Now, at this point, we are checking if the site already has a cart page installed, because if you have stores, you have cart already. In this example, we don't have cart, so first we need to install it. Let's click on Install. This will take us to the editor when the installation will start immediately. It's a matter of few seconds until it's ready. We see that it's happening right now, and when it be ready, we will see the success message. And we have it, yay, we have cart. Now, what can we do with that cart? So first of all, we can customize it. We now have a new cart page on our site. Let's find it under booking pages, cart page. In this cart page, we have the cart component. Currently, the cart is empty, but we can still customize it. Let's double click and hit settings. From here, we can decide which elements will be presented on the cart page. We can customize the design, the look and feel to make it suitable with our site. And we can change the default text as we wish. Once we are ready, we can click publish. So the changes will be available for our clients on the live site. Now, before we will jump and see how it looks like, let's go back to the booking settings in the Business Manager and go to cart checkout again. Now, since we already have the cart page installed, we see this toggle. And from here, we can turn on and turn off the cart experience on our website. Let's keep it on, click save, and go to the website to see how the experience looks like. So this is our site for today at Lagel. As Sammy mentioned, we are the owners of this beauty salon. And now on our site, we have this cart icon at the header. And now let's book some services. So I'll go to the services page and let's book a manicure. So we are selecting the date, the time, the staff member. We can select the price option. And remember this one because Idan will talk about it soon. We hit next. On the booking form, we can add the client details and see that we have here the tax line. This is another new feature that I'm going to show you in a few minutes. You see that the pricing for this service is divided between the deposit amount that should be paid right now in order to book and the pay later amount. This is the remaining that should be paid later on. Let's add it to the cart. So now we have two options. We can go and view the cart, continue to check out from there, or we can add more sessions. Let's add more sessions. This will take us back to the manicure screen. From here, we can choose to switch to a different service. We now have this speaker on the site, and we can choose a different service. So I'm jumping to pedicure. Now I'll choose the date, the time, hit next. And on the booking form here, you hear that you see that the personal information is already pre-filled with the details that I added before. We did it to save time for clients, so they won't be needed to type in again if they're booking more than one service. They can still type in a custom message that will be attached to this specific service. Let's add this session also to the cart. And let's go and see what we have in cart so far. So you see we have two services, the manicure and the pedicure, and we have the total divided into what we should pay now. This is the deposit amount and the second service, and pay later, it's the remaining of the deposit. Now let's go to the shop and add a product. So here in the shop, let's buy this gel. It looks nice. I want to have it, so I'm going to add it to my cart. And now we have on the cart two services and one product. From here, we can check out and pay for this order. So here on the checkout screen, we are asked to fill out the shipping details. We are asked to fill out shipping details because we have a product in the cart. The product needs to be shipped. Then we can select the delivery method, the payment method. Now my card is already saved on this site. So to use it, I just need to type in the CVV code. Then we hit continue. Now we can review the order, make sure that everything is okay. And when we are ready, we can place the order. Now, Sammy and Idan and all the people, the magic is happening. We are creating the order behind the scenes. Once it's ready, we will get the confirmation screen with the order number. So you see, this is the thank you page, and we have the order number and all the details are here.
That's amazing. And I love to be able to see not only can you have services, you can now have products all kind of in that mixed cart all in one, and you can book a few sessions in one checkout. I know that's very highly requested. Now, I know not everyone has access to this yet, right? Is that correct? When is it going to be rolled out and available for everyone?
So rollout will start in a couple of weeks, but big features like cart are rolled out gradually. So it can take a few weeks until it become available for all the users. We know how many people are waiting for this one, so we are making the best effort to get it out to all the users as soon as possible.
Awesome. Appreciate that and the time the team's taking to make sure it's rolled out to everyone too. Now, I do want to ask, and we've gotten this question a little bit. So if you're doing a mixed cart, so you have services and product in one checkout, what is getting communicated then to the customer? What do the comms look like for that? Do you mind walking us through that?
Yeah, I can show you. We have this order confirmation email. So when enabling cart, businesses and their client will start getting another email in addition to the booking confirmation email. The booking email contains information about the session, and the order email is essential to see all the items that were purchased together, the customer address, and the payment details. So if you have stores on your site, you are already getting those emails. You will start getting them also for bookings. And if you don't have stores, when enabling cart on your site, you will start getting those emails for orders with bookings. Now, needless to say, it's possible to customize this email from the settings. We can also disable it completely if we don't want it. We can go to settings, e-commerce settings, and uncheck this checkbox or click edit if we want to customize it.
Awesome, that looks great.
Great. So let's keep it moving, Sammy. I have a question for you. Do you like taxes?
I mean, of course, who doesn't like taxes?
Yeah, right. So let me show you how you can now set up and collect taxes on booking services. On the Business Manager, we can go to Settings, then Tax. Here we see all the different regions where we want to collect tax in. Let's choose one of them and see what's going on inside. So you see now we have two columns here. One for the products. This is the tax rate that will apply on store products. And we have the tax rate for services. This will apply on booking services. We can have a different tax rate for each type of an item. Now, if we are using Avalara to automate our tax, we can also use the manual tax rate for the booking services. It will still work.
Oh, that's awesome and really good to know. And honestly, I know that being able to define different tax rates and having something different for your store's products and different for your booking services is huge. And it needed to be customizable because, of course, like we have on this webinar, we have people from all around the world who might need to set something a little bit different for their business. So that flexibility is really great. And also appreciate you showing us in the Mixcart demo where that lives on the customer checkout flow. That seems, being able to see that and view that seems like it's one of the tools that you mentioned for that third item that you're going to talk about today, which seems more of like charging tools and being able to accurately charge a little bit differently. Is that right?
Yeah, we are expanding our abilities to charge our clients. So let's see two new amazing tools to streamline the flow of collecting payments. First one is Moto. Moto is a mail order, telephone order, and it's a type of transaction that is issued by the business using the card details of the client. It's great if you want to take payments over the phone, to charge a client when meeting in person. And if you're using deposit, you can use Moto to charge the remaining amount online. Another great tool we are launching is auto payment request. Sammy, do you know the payment request?
Yeah, this one I definitely know. I've seen it. I've seen a few users actually use this one too. It's been very helpful. I really like this one.
Yeah, right. It's a great tool. So you'll be amazed to see what we did to it to make it even better for our users. We combine it with the Wix automations engine to create a tool to automate the process of sending out payment requests. Now let's go and see these two tools in action. So we are on the calendar. Let's choose this booking, and you see that the status is not paid. We have the collect payment button. From here, we can charge for this session. So we have the ability to charge with a credit card. This is Moto. We can charge with invoice. This is payment request. And you can also mark it as paid if we collected the money in another way. Let's choose charge with credit card, and we'll get this screen. This is the Moto input screen. We can charge the entire amount, or we can charge a custom amount. Then we need to type in the card details of our client. We must get his approval for that. Otherwise, we might get chargebacks. adding the zip code and hit charge. Now you see the payment is processed and the order status was changed to paid. Now let's see how to use the payment request. So we have here the pedicure session. It is partially paid because we have a deposit that was paid online, and we can use the invoice to charge for the remaining. So let's choose charge with invoice. This will create a new invoice for us. You'll see that the invoice contains the 3 items that were ordered together. And you see that it was already paid most of the amount, but we have a balance due of $25. Now we'll hit send via email, and this will be sent to our users. We can customize the content, and the client will be able to pay for it. Now let's see how we can automate this process, because we don't want to do it manually one by one. We can go to automations, hit new automation, choose bookings. Here we have different triggers that we can choose from. We can decide that we want to send the payment request automatically when the session is booked, or when the session is start, or when a client checks into the session. In this example, let's choose the session ends. Now we can decide if it will be on all of our services or specific services. So let's choose the many happy hour. And basically what we are doing right now is setting up an automation that will send payment requests for any participant of the many happy hour that didn't pay at the moment that the session is end. Now on the action part, we need to choose request payment. We can configure the content, set up the timing, and that's it. To make it work, we just need to type in a name for it, and it's activated. From that moment, all the users will, all the clients that will not pay for this session will get this payment request, and we can have multiple rules like that. So far, we saw how to order multiple items with cart, right? And we added tax to it. And we saw how we can charge for it with Moto and automated payment request. Now let's dive a little deeper and see what else we can do with orders. So in the Business Manager, we have this order section. It's a list of all the orders we have on our site. Some of them may be created by the clients, some may be created by the owner or the staff member. Everything is here. So to make lives easier, we added a view, and we can filter and see only orders with booking services. We can also customize the view and create a filter based on various criteria and also by the item type. So right now it's booking services. We can also filter and see only store items. Now let's go to the calendar and look for the appointment that we charged with Moto previously. You see that it is paid, the status is paid. And now let's say that the client called us and asked to cancel the appointment. We hit cancel, and we can now issue a refund. We can check this box, hit cancel, confirm that we want to issue the refund, and it's done. Now, issuing a refund is only possible with payment providers that support refunds, like Wix Payments. If we'll go back to the order screen and hit reload, we'll be able to see that order and to see that the payment status for it is now refunded. And if we'll go inside, we'll see that the booking appears as canceled. And we see the refund amount here. So this is a great tool and a very easy to use. Straight from the calendar, you can issue the refund. Now let's see what else we can do with orders. This is the order we created through cart on our Lagel website. So if you remember, we have 2 services and 1 product, and we paid part of it on the site. We still have $25 to pay with the deposit. This is the remaining of the deposit amount. We can now collect the payment for it from here. Also from the calendar, we can use Moto, we can use invoice, and we can also mark it as paid. So let's mark it as paid. And you'll see that the status is now changed from partially paid to paid. One last thing I want to show you regarding order is a very cool capability that's now available for the users. We can create a new order and customize it. So we can add a product from our store, And we can also add a custom item. Custom item can be whatever we want it to be. We can type in a free text. For example, let's call it extra charge. We can type in the amount and hit save. Now, to make it a fully operating order, we need to add the customer because the tax will be calculated based on the address of the customer. Now we have the order ready, we can click create order. And once the order is created, guess what? We can collect payment for it. So now we can use Moto or invoice to charge for this custom extra charge item that we created. This is a great tool to charge for unexpected charges, gratuities, add-ons, and things that are not currently available on the site. Lastly, let's talk about gift cards, because gift cards is a great way to have additional revenue stream and to give client the ability to gift others. Thanks to the upgrade we did to the booking platform, gift cards can now be used to pay for services. Let's see how to add that capability to our site. On the Business Manager, we need to go to the gift card tab. From here, we need to click Add Gift Card to Site, and that will install a new page on our site called Gift Card. You see now we have it on the menu. It's the gift card page. Now let's go back to the Business Manager and customize our gift card. We can go and type in the name, the description. We can define the default amounts that will be offered to our clients. We can also set custom amount with the minimum and maximum custom values, and we can set the expiration. Once we're ready, we hit save, and now let's see how it looks like on the site. So we have the default options here. We can also type custom amount. We can choose the quantity, and we can decide if we want to buy the gift card for ourselves or for someone else. Let's choose ourselves and hit buy now. Now on checkout, we need to pay for the gift card. So I'll put on my CVV and hit place order. And now I have a gift card. What can I do with it? First of all, I need to get it. So the gift card is sent via mail. Let's hop to my Gmail account, and you'll see that we have here the gift card. And on that mail, there is the gift card code. Let's copy it and go back to the site. Now let's book a pedicure session. I'll select the time, hit next, fill out my details, add to cart. And now we'll get to checkout and we'll see if we can use the gift card to pay for this session. So there we go. This is the checkout. And we have a new checkbox here. Redeem a gift card. We can paste the code from the email to the checkbox, hit apply. And you'll see that the total is now 0 and the entire amount is paid by the gift card. Now the gift card still has balance and we can use it again and again until the balance is over. So this is a great tool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, that looks really, really good. And, I know we have a lot of questions funneling in. We'll answer as many as we can at the end. One question I do want to bring up now, and specifically just on gift cards, kind of connecting the dots too. So obviously you showed us at the very beginning, mixed cart. So if I have products and services in one cart, in one checkout, and I want to also use a gift card for that, does that gift card work for the whole cart, or will it only work for products or only work for services?
Gift cards applies to everything that goes through cart and through checkout. You can use it as any other payment method.
Okay, awesome. That makes a lot of sense. And thank you so much for walking us through that. I know it is quite a lot to get through. We have a lot of different topics, and I mean, safe to say, we named this webinar correctly. These are game-changing bookings features. There's a lot coming your way this year. Of course, not the only thing coming your way this year, but Ram, thanks for walking us through. You saw mixed cart, we saw charging tools, which was Moto. We saw the ability to manage your orders, go through refunds, and then of course, to cap it all off, digital gift cards. So really appreciate you giving us the rundown of all of that. It is a lot. As a reminder for anyone who might have joined a little bit later, we do have this session recorded and you will receive an email recording of this. So go back and rewatch the demos. Mixed cart, certain things are beginning to roll out. So as it becomes live for you, we want to make sure you can hit the ground running with some of these features. So be sure to always refer back to this recording and watch the demo. Rob, great job. Appreciate you walking us through it. And now for this Second section for part two. We're going to go ahead and just take a little bit of a step back, and we're just going to dive into one particular feature. And this particular feature, Idan will take us through, is called pricing options. So Idan, I will let you take it away.
Thank you, Sammy, and welcome again, everyone. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. In the past 6 months, price options become a top feature request from our users, and we listen to you. And I'm so happy to announce that this feature is now live to all users. So with this cool new feature, you can basically set different pricing per for your services based on different factors. So I will give you a couple of examples. Let's assume I am a spa owner and I want to price my massage service based on the type of massage, such as hair massage, full body massage, or Thai massage. Or I'm a fitness business owner who want to set different prices based on the seniority of my staff member. Or a tours business owner who wants to set different ticket prices for adults, children, or students. That's just a few examples of how this feature can be very useful, and I can assure you that it could be beneficial to any type of business owner. Now I want to show you a demo of this feature. I will take you step by step how to set up this price option feature to your services and how the clients can easily book for this feature. So let's start. So first, you can find the price option feature in the service form under the pricing and payment section. You can click on the price type field and choose varied prices. In this demo, in this specific manicure service, I already set 2 option choices, regular mani and kids mani, and priced them with different prices. I want to show you how I did it. Let's click on the Manage button, save it. And here you can get this pop-up. I will explain you a little bit about it. So in the top left of this pop-up, you can choose which option do you want to create. Right to it, you can create a label that will be visible to your clients on the site, and type any price, any option choices that you want, and give it a price. If you want to add more option choices, just click the Add button here. So let's save it. And let's go to the website and see how the clients can book it. So I'm going to the website and I book now for my manicure service. Here you can see a from $45 indication. This indication means that the minimum option choice price that you set in the back office will be visible. So let's click on book now and move on to the calendar. Let's pick a time and a slot. And here you can see under the preferences tab, my label, choose your menu, and my option choices with the prices. Let's pick regular menu and click the next button. On the booking form, you can scroll down and switch your selection before checkout. And proceed to checkout. I want to take you back and show you one more cool option that available only for appointment meetings, is to price appointment meetings based on different staff members. So I switch to staff option, and here I can see a list of all the staff available for this service. I just want to remind you that you can set the staff that available to every service from the availability section inside the service form. You can set which staff and at which time. If you want to add or remove staff members, you should do it from that section as well. Now let's switch the amount for Louise to be $100. Let's click Save. Don't forget to save the service. And let's go back to my website. Great. So let's pick a time. And here I want to show you something. As you can see, the price is $100. The reason is that in this specific slot, I set only Louise to be available at this time. I want to show you, let's go back to see a different slot that I can pick. Let's choose 10 a.m. And here you can see a situation that there are 3 staff members that are available. They have different prices, and the client just need to pick one. Yeah, Louise. Let's pick one, click on the next button, and move on to the booking form. So I want to show you one last cool feature for class services. I will choose many happy hour class service. And in this scenario, I would like to create price options that differ based on the client's age. So in order to do it, I go to the pricing and payment session, click on create, and write the label that I want, in that case, client's age. I will write the option choices like 0 to 18, 19 to 26. I will add another option, 27 to 50, and one last option above 51. I will give them different prices, $100, 125, and $90. As you can see, I can add more if I want, up until 7 options, and I can delete them before I good with it and click on save. Save the service again. Now let's go back to the website. Click on the many happy hour service. Click on book now, move on to the calendar, pick a time. And here can you see under the preferences tab, this is a group session, so I can book multiple participants. In that case, I can select up to 3 participants. I want to show you how I set this. So let's go back again to the service form. Choose your service, scroll down to the advanced settings, and under the group bookings preferences, you can switch the number or select the number of participants that you want. Let's apply the selection, click on next. And in the booking form, you can see that in the payment details, the subtotal is divided by the option choices and their prices. And the user also can switch the selection before checkout. So that's all. I want to note one more thing. After you create a service from desktop set with dynamic price, with price options, you can edit it from your owner app, and your clients can book right from your members app. So I hope it was helpful for you, and I'm open here for any other questions regarding this topic. Sammy, over you.
Awesome. Thanks, Idan. I love that walkthrough. Honestly, pricing options is a huge feature to be able to happen. Being able to set different prices for your services, for the same service, for your staff. That's great. I did want to touch on one question we actually got during when people registered that I thought was a really good question that I wanted to bring up. So in this example, this customer of Wix, they owned a summer camp, and I think it's applicable if you have any sort of camp, clinic, something where you want to offer extras like a t-shirt, a ball cap, whatever it might be for an extra amount of money. Is that something that pricing options could help with?
So yeah, absolutely, Sammy. Let's take an example. Let's create a price option with 3 option choices. The first one could be a ticket for $30. The second one could be like a ticket plus a cup for $40, and a ticket plus a t-shirts for $50. So price option is a great tool to increase your revenue. And until we will have a dedicated add-on feature, it can be useful for this kind of use cases as a workaround. I'll just keep in mind that in order to manage the inventory of the t-shirts or the cup in that example, you should do it manually by it. But yes, you can definitely use it as a workaround.
Awesome. Thanks, Idan. That makes a lot of sense. So great questions. I see additional questions coming in the Q&A and also the chat. Keep them in the Q&A, and we will get to as many as we can at the end. But that was a stellar second part of the session. So now we've made our clients happier. We have gone through pricing options and really done a deep dive there. So let's get into the third and final section of today. And the third and final section is better scheduling features. And what I mean by better scheduling features is how to set up your business's default hours, how to manage your staff availability and your staff schedule, doing that a little bit more efficiently, and also managing it on a day-to-day basis and even a weekly view, which I'm excited to dive into and show you today. And like I mentioned a little bit earlier, but to wrap it up, we have Ram and Idan that will show us 2 final features about getting users on your schedule a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and dive into this first one. Now I will preface, I'm going to walk through how to set up your business's default hours. This is nothing new. You have all seen this before, but it is a best practice we just wanted to highlight. One of the first things you might have done when setting up your business or setting up a client site is setting those business default hours. So to do that, you go ahead and you click into settings. And it exists under booking, the booking settings button here. And when you go in, it's right here at the top, that default hours. So you click in, and this is when you can set when you're open to receiving appointments. So maybe I want to work Saturdays, or maybe my company doesn't work Mondays, or maybe we work Mondays, but only from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So different hours than the rest of them. This is when I'm open to take appointments. It does trigger here as well, but you'll see you'll have to customize your individual staff, their working hours, and of course you hit save. And as a reminder, this is just for appointments. That's because when you're setting up a class or a course, you're determining the date, you determine the time of that session. This is just when you or your site is open to receiving appointments. So let's go into that next section. As you saw on the default hours, it kind of triggered to set up your staff hours. Fingers crossed you're not having your staff work every day for 12 hours, but let's go into what that probes, how to set up that staff availability. And there is something new in here that we're really excited to show you. So to do that, you go into Bookings Calendar under Staff, great named menu title. And here's where the overview of your staff exists. You can see I'm Alex Foster, it's my account and all my staff. Now there's also a button here to give calendar access. This will send an invite to your staff member to sync their personal calendar. And when they click that from their email, they're going to get directed to the calendar itself where they're only going to see their own appointments. But it's a great tool. It's a great way for you to actually see, for them to see their own calendar and not get double booked and use their personal calendar as well. So you see we have existing staff members here. Idan gave us the preface of Louise and Michelle, but if you wanted to add someone new, you could add a new staff member. They're gonna automatically inherit the default hours we just set. But let's go into Michelle. Let's go into an example here. The top is a standard staff page, but as we scroll down, you see this beautiful new working hours format. And what we can see here, so she's not working Sunday, we're closed. Monday, not working. Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe let's say she has the morning shift, and Thursday and Friday an afternoon shift. And on Saturday from 9 to 6, she works that, but she only works once every 3 weeks. So that's the customizability we can now set here easily. And we do that through clicking either edit, or you can define new working hours up here and click new working hours. So for an example, if I go into Friday, let's say she's a new employee, started this week, January 29th. If she's seasonal, I can set an end date. And when that end date hits, she will no longer be able to take appointments. And maybe she works weekly, or maybe we want those hours every other week, every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks. It's that customizability that we're going to be able to have here. And you can also edit the times and the shifts, and of course, edit the location that she might be located at and really make that customizable. And this is huge. Of course, once you make any changes, you want to be sure to save. I won't in this case because we didn't. But let's go into Louise. Louise is going to be a little bit more complex of a character for us, as managing staff may be. So you see here, Sunday, again, not working, business is closed. Monday works every other week. And then Tuesday, a little complex. And let's say for this use case, Louise, we love her. She got accepted into an awesome Tuesday night school that is a session starting in February and it ends at the beginning of April. So she's no longer able to work an 8:30 a.m. to an 8:30 p.m. shift. That's too long until February 1st. Now, instead of working that 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., between February 1st and April 1st, we want her to take shorter hours. Maybe she has to commute to class, maybe she has to leave early, something like that. So we can set that up for a duration to work shorter months. And then at this part, when April 1st hits, she wants to be back full time. We want to get her back into those hours. And we did all of this by adding working hours and adding step by step and defining what those restrictions are. So this is a great new tool to handle your staff scheduling and all the nuances that come with. Now, conversely, let's say Saturdays during the month of March, she now has availability. She wants to get on our schedule. So I go up here and I click add working hours, and I will go into March 1st, and the end date, it's going to end March 31st, end of month. She's going to be able to work weekly, and on the time, maybe she works the morning shift to get some extra hours in. It'll flag if the time range is incorrect, which is a great safe. So 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. And again, making sure I choose Saturday. I could choose other days if I wanted, and then I go ahead and save. So that gets added now to the staff availability. You can see from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. from March until March 31st, she's going to be on our schedule weekly. And that's a great add for Louise. It's flexible for you. It makes a very easy format to make this work. And then of course, you want to make sure you save any changes. And now you have your staff scheduled. Now, Ramani, Don, I know you guys talk to users and partners probably more than many people at Wix, but I'd love to hear from your edge. Have you ever had an instance where you might be talking to a user or a partner, they're setting staff availability, and after they set it, it never changes?
Oh, I know sometimes we wish it to be always consistent, but staff availability changes a lot.
Yeah, and to that point, it can vary from daily changes to weekly, to monthly, to seasonal adjustments for staff. Honestly, that's across all sorts of industries.
Yeah, I'll admit that was a very leading question because it's a perfect segue into the next topic I'm going to go into. But as you all know, whether you're managing a client site or your own site, as we love being owners of sites, we love being business owners. Rami, Don, myself, we love owning Legel nails in this example. One of the toughest things that we do is honestly just managing our people, managing the operations. Things come up, issues happen, and we want to be able to account for that and to do it quickly. So we wanted to build something that was going to work really well for your business. And this, the work schedule, is something super exciting to show. So let's dive in. This is a weekly view of all your staff members and when they work certain hours. So you can see all the staff is over here at the left. You can customize it. Maybe I don't want to see tests on my schedule this week, but we'll keep it with everyone. And you can see when they work throughout the week. This view is huge and it is weekly. So I can choose any week I want to dive in and see who is working what hours. And from our example, since we're still in January in this week, you can see Louise is still working 8:30 to 8:30 p.m. But let's go into a little bit more specific of a use case. So Michelle, she works the afternoon shift on Thursdays and Fridays. Let's say she gets a call from her daughter's school. Hey, your daughter's sick. You have to come get her. Unfortunately, as it goes in real life, you have to account for changing of schedules. So to edit that schedule, and she can no longer work until 6, she has to get picked up earlier. You go in and click edit. And from here, I can edit for whenever she needs to stop working and no longer be open to taking appointments. And as you can see, it pops up in a little bit of a pink shade to know that there's been a change. And also imagine your daughter's still sick Friday, or Michelle's daughter's still sick on Friday. I'm going to click in and go ahead and remove. Now that is going to remove, and it's going to pop up this chart, and I'm going to pause so we can see and really dive in and make sure we understand. But you can remove full times. And what this pop-up also does when you remove hours, it's going to clarify that any session that was already booked, so if Michelle already had an appointment for that day, you don't lose that. That doesn't get automatically canceled. You don't lose all of that information or payment. What will happen is that you'll have to go and manually fix that as an owner on the back end. So you'll go in and maybe assign it to somebody else or reschedule it for another time. There are no rules set up to cancel it. So all of that information will remain.
Amazing.
And we will continue to dive in. And yeah, we love to see it. We love to see that it'll flag. It's kind of a safeguard. If anything to go around, you accidentally hit remove, and that will now be gone. And conversely, the last thing to note about this page, like Louise, maybe she wants to work the last Saturday before her class starts. She wants to get extra shifts in. If I click in to Saturday, I can add hours immediately for this day. Again, really accessible at your fingertips. You can click in and add times. It'll flag it if it's outside of a reasonable range, and even choose the location she might be working. And when you save, it'll pop up on Saturday. It'll also be in that pink color. So now we have our business's default hours set up and scheduled. We have our staff availability scheduled. We can manage our staff schedule very easily on a weekly view. I will preface, if we've gotten this in the chat in the questions, now the availability and the work schedule is something similarly to Mixed Cart, where it's not out to 100% of people yet. We wanted to show you some of these so we can really hit the ground running once you do have it available to you. So keep an eye out. You'll get notified when this is available, but these are amazing scheduling features. So to wrap it up, we have 2 more features to dive into in our game-changing booking features webinar. Ram and Idan will show us, and if you saw me flick forward a slide, I know at least 5 people have asked this in the Q&A already, but we're going to go into how to get users on your schedule in a recurring way through recurring appointments. So Ram, I will pass it over to you.
Thank you, Sammy. It was amazing, really cool features. And now I'm going to talk about recurring appointments, which is one of the features that once you use it, you cannot understand how you lived without it. It's so straightforward and so makes sense. It allows you to book repeated sessions on behalf of your client. So if you are a personal trainer, a teacher, a beauty salon that has a regular clients, this feature is for you. Let's see how it works. On the calendar, we can create a new appointment. We can set up the service, the location, the staff. This is as usual, but then we have this new section for repeats. We can choose the pattern. Let's choose weekly. Then we can set how many times we want the session to be repeated. Let's choose 4. We need to choose the client, and we have another new capability, which is to decide how we want to collect payment for these sessions. So we can choose to send a payment request. This will create an invoice for the entire amount of all the 4 sessions. So the client will be able to pay for all of them at once. We can also choose collect payment later. That will give us the ability to collect payment with Moto or to mark as paid. Every session individually, we'll be able to decide what's the amount that we want to charge and to have multiple charges for the same order. If we are using pricing plans, we can also use the plan and redeem the sessions from the plan. Let's choose to collect payment later and create the sessions. So now this is the schedule summary. We can see all the sessions that are going to be created. We can remove some of them if we are not happy with the dates. And once we're ready, we click schedule. Now you'll see that we have the new appointments on the calendar. So this is the first one. Let's see how it looks like. The status is not paid. And we can see that it's part of an order that has 4 bookings in it. We can collect payment from here, but we can also go to the order and see how it looks like. So let's choose view order and switch to the order view. So if you remember, we booked 4 appointments. So here we can see all the 4, and the difference between them is the date. Everyone happens on a different week. We have the total amount, and we can charge for it. We can charge the entire amount, or we can choose to charge a custom amount. So we can charge for each session manually whenever we want, for example, before the session or right after the session. Back to you, Idan.
Thank you, Rom. I'll share my screen. Great. So hello again. And as I told you at the beginning of this webinar, one of my responsibilities is to help the business owner to grow. And I'm so happy to announce that very soon, it's not live yet, but very soon, you will see a new page, bookings channels page that will help you to get booked directly from various channels. We are starting with the first batch by integrating with Meta to allow Wix users, bookings Wix users, to integrate a book now button in their Facebook page and their Instagram profile. This channel will be added to the existing channels that we have with Google, the Reserve with Google, which allows you to get booked directly from Google. And I can assure you that we are working on more integration to come, and you will see it live in a minute. Let's move on to the demo that I prepared. In this demo, I want to show you how to integrate from Wix to your Facebook profile and set a book now button that leads clients to your website. So in the dashboard, bookings users will see a bookings channels page. In this page, you can see all the integrations available. Integration with Facebook, with your Facebook page, with your Instagram profile, and Reserve with Google. Let's click on Connect to Facebook. And here, you will be able to decide where to lead your clients to. You can choose up to 4 options: to lead them to your service list on the website, to a single service calendar, where you choose a specific session that you want to choose, to a service page, or to any custom link that you wish. I will choose for this demo the single service calendar and my lovable service manicure. Once you're ready, click on Connect, and it will take you to follow a few steps on Facebook. Once you finish that, you will get a Book Now button in your Facebook page. Now, when clients will click on this button, they will reach directly to the link that you set on your Wix back office. No need to go to Facebook. You can manage everything from your Wix dashboard. This feature is going to be live very soon. We are in the final stage of the development of this, and I'm so happy that you already get it. You almost get it. So that's all for now. Over to you, Sammy.
Amazing. Thanks, guys. Thanks to really kick it home, take us home with those huge features sort of in the scheduling world, how to get people booked a little bit easier. Really appreciate it. And that brings us to the end of section 3. How's everybody feeling? Are we feeling overwhelmed? Are we feeling motivated? We have shown you a lot today. We really wanted to show every game-changing feature. And honestly, I think this session could have been 4 hours diving deep into everything that Bookings is doing this year. So appreciate all the demos, all the questions and Q&A that has come in so far. We are looking good on time, so I'm gonna leave about, probably tackle Q&A. I think we'll tackle Q&A for about 10 to 15 minutes, make sure we get some of the popular questions answered. Again, answering as many as we can with the remaining time. And then we will, of course, send out the recording so you can go back and double check anything as well. So Let's see here. And I will say I'm bringing in questions both that you guys asked here and also questions from the registration form because we had really good questions come in from that too. So the first one I will ask, actually, this one's a great one. I think this one's a really good one. It looks like it's been the top asked in our Q&A. So we talked a lot about these new features. How will I officially know when I have those new features? How will I know when something is released? And on my perspective, and Ramadan, feel free to hop in on anything I may miss, but you can always, we will send you emails when big things release. Mind you, not everything, because there's some little changes. Any change will be updated in that new releases button at the top of your Wix dashboard. So that's a great resource that you can use to get some of these new releases that get rolled out and that you'll now have access to.
Adding to that, if you ever unsubscribe from the emails, you might not get the updates by email. So make sure you are subscribed.
It's a great call out. Nice. Okay, and another one, maybe a shorter answer. This one is about Modo that you touched on, Ram, a little bit earlier, doing a manual charge. Is that functionality also able on the owner's app?
Yes, for sure. It's already available on the owner app, fully rolled out to all users. But you must use Wix payments to use it.
Amazing. Awesome. Okay, let's keep things moving. This one, Ram, also to you, also a good question specifically about gift cards. So in your example that you showed, the gift cards, the example that you showed, the gift card was, it covered the full amount of the cart. There wasn't any outstanding charge that needed to happen. Let's say the gift card isn't for the full cart, but it just creates a very good discount and you'd have to pay the remaining. How does that work?
In that case, we will use the entire amount that the gift card has, and the client will be able to pay for the remaining amount with any other payment option that's available on checkout.
Awesome. Nice and easy. That makes sense. I know the statistic is, I believe it's 56% of people who use a gift card end up having to purchase more money or they spend more on your site because the gift card doesn't cover 100% of the cart. So I think this is a huge feature that could lead to really big revenue increase. So that's wonderful. All right, let's see.